Okay then. Hello, 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 hello. This is going to be the medical documentation to prove that Grace and I have done what doctors have been trying to do for 10 years. They say that they can reverse dementia, but they say that it takes 7 health professionals, and they say that it takes about 2 years. So we didn't know this when we started. We were trying to help Grace with her diabetes and her home care and maybe her memory. I thought with proper diet and everything, being a coach, that I could help her achieve that. So very quickly, I'm just going to get into the medical documentation and then have a very quick discussion with Grace at the end. So the impact of diabetes right here. You can see that it's 30% of strokes, leading cause of blindness, which we have stopped now, arrested. Grace's diabetic retinopathy, you'll see the medical report. It's responsible for 40% of heart attacks, 50% of kidney failures requiring dialysis, and 70% of all non-traumatic leg and foot amputations. It's also responsible for vascular dementia. This is similar to the heart problems, right? Vascular disease. So the vascular dementia is now called diabetes type 3. And we use the finger method or the lifestyle method to change things, which is diet, exercise, cognitive stimulation, social interaction, and then monitoring the heart, obviously, because of the vascular problems associated with diabetes. So then we have December 2019, or February 2019, forgetting to pay bills, needing reminders on her phone for appointments, having worsening memory. After leaving the taps and stove on a few times, been cooking more simply. Also says forgetting what her blood sugar was right after taking the reading. I've seen that, Grace. I've shown up here. I've seen you take 2 doses of the Humalog fast-acting insulin and really make yourself sick because you forget. So really what she needed was life-sustaining therapy when I met her, and this is an actual doctor's prescription. And it's for diabetic care on insulin. Condition requires frequent monitoring of blood sugars and administration of injectable medication, as well as the oral medication, and calibrating necessary equipment, testing ketones, and maintaining logbook. Testing ketones is important. You'll see that if you buy our book or our course later on, that when you switch on the ketone energy system, you have to be very careful not to go into ketoacidosis. I'm not a doctor, I'm a coach. I understand a little bit about healthy lifestyle, and that's what I'm teaching here, or giving the opportunity for you to learn. But please talk to your doctor before you start anything, exercise, diet, all that type of stuff. Talk to your doctor. Make sure you're comfortable and make sure you're paying attention and don't hurt yourself. I am not responsible. So this here is her disability tax cut for life-sustaining therapy, insulin therapy, right? Starting in 2015. So Grace has had a memory loss problem for a long time. And the part 1 is management of blood glucose level within the target range. And part 2 is treatment of hyperglycemic and hypoglycemic events, right? You can see the hours, 31 hours a week. This is 5 to 6 visits per day. And this doesn't include her diet and her exercise and her, so this is only the insulin, right? But I mean, we can coordinate a little better, I think. I think we have. And this here is Grace's diagnosis for mild non-proliferative diabetic retinopathy. Non-proliferative means it's not advancing anymore. She can see, and her vision is so good, her doctor told her to see the optometrist for new glasses prescription is needed. We did that by lowering her glucose and keeping it within range for several months, and we stopped her from going blind. And then down here, her A1C when she was in the hospital a while back was 6.5. Very, very good. So we're just going to go over a couple of things, as I said, the medical results. So as far as the radiology results go, she had a CAT scan on her head, right? July 13th, 2023. It says that things are similar to that seen on the MRI scan done in 2018. So her brain is the same as 2018. When I met Grace, it was around January 2021. So she obviously had regressed, but we believe that we're actually making her brain better by reconnecting some items. And they say it can be done through lifestyle change, diet change, cognitive challenge, social activity, monitoring the heart, right? And then it says she had an MRI scan and it's not significantly changed. No damage, nothing. She's fine. Her brain is the same as 2018. So in summary, she's been stable since 2018 on her brain scan. No different, unchanged. Look at that, unchanged. So she's, for her age, she is absolutely amazing. Then they did an x-ray of her thoracolumbar spine and hip. So that means because she had jammed her sciatic nerve, they wanted to check and see if there was any bone damage or anything. And we helped fix her sciatica with this figure 4 stretch. If you come back and watch it in video, we'll show some basic stretches. We'll show you how to manage sciatica. And then she has no problems. No evidence of vertebral compression, no erosive or inflammatory sacroiliitis, that means at the top of the tailbone, minor early degenerative changes, no acute, nothing. For her age, she's beautiful. And then her chest x-ray, her heart is unchanged since 2015. Her heart is unchanged since 2015. So all the stuff we're doing, and you'll even see the most recent blood test coming up. So all the stuff we've been doing. So here they say she has vascular dementia, but we believe that we've solved that problem now. They say she has type 2 diabetes, and I believe that stands for myelitis or something, which means it no longer requires insulin. That's a bit of a misnomer. She's actually off the metformin. Her hypertension is part of this, right? This is where we use some herbs. PTSD, this is why people need consistency and continuity of care. They need somebody they can trust, a friend. And her left carpal tunnel syndrome, we actually fixed that with massage therapy. Now it's fixed, just like we do my back and everything, right? And decreased bone mineral density, but that was not past medical history. It shows that she's fine, right? So everything is excellent there. And this is the things we have to deal with. So she's great, right? The test results came back great. This is her blood test she just did, her lab results on 2023. Can you see that right there? You can't quite see that. Let me just do that a little bit like that. 2023, September 27. And it says here that her glucose fasting is 5.6. So that means cured, eh, Grace? If your glucose fasting is below 6, you're no longer diabetic. So even though you take a little bit of insulin and you manage your diet and your exercise, but if you can see right here at 5.6, you're no longer diabetic. And then your creatine is 71, which is in the middle of 50 and 100. 70, which is above 60 on that measurement there. No, there's no flags. See all the ends here? No flags. Hours fasting 12. Your cholesterol is 3.65. As long as it's below 5.19, you're great. Your triglycerides are 0.61. As long as they're below 1.69, you're great. Your HDL cholesterol is perfect, just a little bit above 130. Your LDL cholesterol is perfect. Dr. Miller was so happy, Grace. Like everything is, your numbers are just unbelievable. Even your potassium is 4.2. It should be between 3.7 and 5.4. It's really every number. And your hemoglobin, whatever that is, 7.5, that might not be the best. But everything else is absolutely perfect. And then down here, this is a letter from Grace's doctor. This letter is to accompany the patient's application for family managed home care under the Home and Community Care Support Act. It says Grace's medical history includes hypertension. These little old people, man, they get nervous and scared. They need one person caring for them. They need a coach. Diabetes and depression or anxiety, see what I'm talking about? And more recently, mild cognitive impairment. She's since been diagnosed with dementia, but that could be incorrect. It's incorrect now, I think. Mark has been helping her, counseling around proper nutrition, helping with meal prep, monitoring and supporting proper medication timing and dosing. That was the life-sustaining therapy prescription, providing emotional and physical support. Grace's A1C is great. Visit her multiple times a day. I had to go there 5 o'clock in the morning many times because her alarms would be going off. And then Dr. Bereslar also wrote me one letter of reference, contributing to better glucose control, improved mental health. Her mood has improved significantly. Diabetes is mood and food. Very, very important to remember. Mm-hmm. So that was a really, really quick rundown, really almost as quickly as I could do it. But now I'm going to take a couple of minutes and I'm going to talk to Grace, who is sitting right there. Why don't you pull this chair up here, Grace, actually? Yeah. That's a good idea. Pull your chair up here.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh. Let me just tilt that up a little bit like this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you just saw me go through all the medical evidence.
Yes.
And from the test results, your brain is 2018, your heart is 2015, your bones are all great. And we have stopped all your Humalog, right? Your fast-acting insulin. You haven't taken it in about 6 or 8 months. And your slow-acting insulin you still take, but almost going to be off it. You're off your metformin, right? And basically, if people watch any of our Facebook videos, they'll see that we're always active, walking, because the Hope Molecule, we have social activities. We go see music and stuff like that.
Yes.
You remember going to see all of these things, right? You have to speak up, though.
Yes.
Right, thank you. Like that, Grace, okay? Be proud. Be loud, be proud.
Okay.
So we've had a really, really good summer. And I believe lately, because about a month ago, you pointed out to me that you thought you were getting worse. And I said, yes. I said, because the drops, you didn't want to pay for them for a long time. I gave them to you. But then I could no longer pay, Grace. I ran out of money. So I stopped giving you the drops that I give you, the holistic drops. And when you said about a month ago you were getting worse, you decided to take the drops again. Made a huge difference, right?
Improvement, yes.
Big improvement, right? You're executive. You can figure things out now, don't you think?
More in control in my mind.
Wow. So, for example, yesterday I mentioned that I wanted to go get a printer cartridge for my printer and then go across the street to the mall and get something to eat. And right away, you remembered what?
Please don't put me to test.
But what did you remember when I wanted to go get the cartridge and the food at the mall? You remembered that they had the pads for your ironing board there,
Oh, yes.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And you said we needed to measure your ironing board before we went, right?
That's right. The logics come back to my mind.
Yeah, the logic and the memory, because we had looked there about a month ago or a couple of
Yes.
weeks ago or something, and you remembered it and you associated it with the food court and that area. So that was really, really well done.
More organized in the thinking.
Yeah. Your thinking is perfect now, almost better than most people's, I think.
Organized, I would say. I won't use the word perfect yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
More organized.
More organized. But you're able to remember things day to day now, though, right?
Yes.
Your memory's coming back, and your executive functioning skills are coming back. And you're going to get better in the next month or so. Because the
I
second...
want to feel better too, because I'm more able to help in partnership with you, with more people like my situation.
Well, we want to help 100 million people with
Yes.
diabetes. We want to help healthcare, change home care. We got some big goals. But as far as the medical stuff goes, we even fixed your leg. Remember you had the sore leg? You went in the hospital, and then I showed you how to use ice and stretching.
Unforgettable.
But using the ice and the stretching, right? Unforgettable.
Yeah.
Unforgettable!
Because
Woo!
imagine unable to walk.
Sciatica. See, I have a bad back and sciatica, so I know how to manage that. I learned it.
Your secrets of exercise.
Stretching.
No needles.
No.
No medication.
No.
And that got fixed.
I'm a coach and a trainer, and I've
Yes.
taken courses. Back when I started coaching 30 years ago, we used to take courses and learn about things like this.
Hard work from you to teach me, and hard work from me for practicing exercise the steps you have taught me.
Change the diet slowly, right?
Yeah, without medication. That's the magic part.
Reducing the medication, taking the medication away, right?
Yeah, not totally. I mean, sometimes when you are unable to walk, there are all kinds of needles and all that. But you taught me the appropriate exercise.
Yes.
Appropriate.
We taught you lifestyle change.
Yes.
You even go on the treadmill you almost look like you can go by yourself now, don't you?
I would call you coach more than a doctor.
Yeah, I'm a coach, but because I know about a lot of different things, right? Not
Yes.
just, right? Even the psychology and the happiness and the exercise and the diet. I understand the mental cognition and thinking, right? And
It's magic to me.
it's very beautiful, Grace. Look at your eyes. Look at the way you're talking.
I'm grateful for the changes you made in my body, and I'm very exciting. I'm a sharing person. I like to have all the beauties, all the treatments, the painless treatments from Mark to be shared among all of us, as many people as possible.
If possible, Grace, people can purchase our book and our course and help themselves. Or maybe even the government will give it to people who are pre-diabetic so they can learn before they start taking insulin. They can try 6 months to change their life.
That is a super idea and proposal.
All right, Grace, you know what? I'm going to hang up our little video here.
Yeah.
You look fantastic. Say bye-bye.
You want me to do the exercise?
No.
Show off the exercise. Look,
I know.
I'm stronger.
I know.
You really helped me. I was disabled. I thought so scared at that time.
They gave you a walker like you were never going to walk again, Grace.
I know. Now I can run. I dance.
Yes, Grace. And on that note, folks, I hope you buy our book and help yourself. Help us help each other. Best of luck.